not really funny, though. We were foreclosed on, and I was still working 60 hours a week. One year I made $250,000 cash taxable income. It's pretty cool. It's like $20,000 a month. I was like, this stuff works. The next year I made $6,000. Spent the whole year trying to sell stuff to me. Notes under demand. 2.5 years later, at the bottom, with a brand new baby and a toddler and a marriage hanging on by a thread, this financial stress will take your marriage. Oh, we didn't get a divorce. We hung on to each other, but sometimes it was just to get a better grip. Sharon's from the hills of East Tennessee, frying pan throwing. There's an Olympic event, baby. Poor woman thought she married Sir Galahad. Turns out it was a goober. So at the bottom of that mess, we're finally bankrupt. September 23rd, 1988. Coming up on my 22-year anniversary. Just finished my 28-year anniversary with my wife. Been married 28 years. She says we've had 19 really good years. About right, actually. Because some of those other years we just try to kill each other. Y'all don't do that. Y'all are perfect, but we fight. Was on one of these talking head shows. I do Cavuto and Fox News and Larry King and Good Morning America and Fox and Friends every Wednesday morning. And y'all watch Wednesday morning about 6 a.m. I'll be on there again somewhere 6:30, somewhere like that, Middle Tennessee time. And one day I was being interviewed on this book tour for this book when it came out. And the guy says, so you started with nothing, you became a millionaire, you lost it all, and now you're a multimillionaire. How did you bounce back? I'm like, dude, when you fall that far, you really don't bounce. It's more of a splat. I wish I could tell you I bounced back, but I didn't. The only thing I was positive about positive thinking was that it positively didn't work, but I was thinking positive. I'm a Christian, so I was tithing. This little blue-haired lady said, well, you just didn't have enough faith. I said, honey, they took everything else. All I had left was faith. I sat around at the bottom of that mess and whined for a little while. Y'all ever whine? I whined. Blamed everybody else. Turns out McDonald's does serve hot coffee. Easy to blame everybody else for your stupidity. Finally, a friend of mine took me to coffee and he said, I'm kind of tired of your whining. It's time you made some lemons with these lemonades. You're a lemonade collector. We don't like lemonade collectors. Do something with the lemon. What do you mean? Well, you went through all this stuff. It must have been for a reason. Do something. Right? Okay. So I went on a quest. I really did. Because one of the things I gathered from these giants when I'm in the backseat of the Impala when I'm 8 years old or when I'm later on and I'm listening to the headsets when they had big headsets. And I'm learning from these men and women of greatness. And I'm learning about how you become what you think about. And Jesus said it. He said, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. I'm learning how this stuff all unfolds. And I thought, well, one of the things I learned was I need to get around. You become who you hang around. You know what I'm saying? If you hang around a bunch of whiners, you're a whiner. If you hang around a bunch of losers, you're losers. Why we don't let our kids hang out with juvenile delinquents? Because you become a juvenile delinquent. Little Johnny's a drug addict. You're not going with little Johnny again. Little Susie's doing, well, you ain't going with her for sure. You become who you hang around with, right? We don't let our kids do it, and yet we hang around with adult delinquents and can't figure out why we're not successful. So I thought, well, I got to find out what the deal is with this money thing. I've got all these letters and licenses after my name, which says I'm supposed to know something about money, and here I sit broke. So I'm going to go talk to old rich people with gray hair and no hair, and find out how money really works. I don't want to talk to young rich people. Ben Hill didn't want his opinion. And you don't want to ask broke people about money. They don't have any. That's like asking fat people about being fit. Kind of dumb. You've been married 16 times. I hope you make it, but don't write a book on marriage. We don't want to read it. I want to read a book on marriage from Sig and Jean. They've been married 67 years.